Okay guys, I'm back. Um, I'm gonna do one more nail tutorial. Again, I am not a professional. I do not have a nail tech license. I want to get my license. I was in school. I cannot afford to go back to school right now. It's like $6,000. Um, I was in school. I do a lot of art. Um, So my goal is to get back in school and get my license so I can open up my own salon. That is my goal. That is what I want to do. So I'm just going to, and if you see me do this, don't think I'm crazy. It's because I have a light that likes to, it goes off on its own if it doesn't see movement after a while. So I have that kind of a house. So I'm gonna lift that up just a little bit. So anyway, so this is one of the nails that I just did, and it is it's a mountain cabin, and it's got snow falling on it. So I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe if I put that down a little bit. Nope, nope, not gonna work. Okay, anyway, so I'll bring it in this way. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, so anyway, it's a mountain cabin, and it's got pine trees. Oh, there you can see it really well. It's got the lights in the cabin. It's got pine trees. It's got mountains behind it. It's got another pine tree over it, and then it's got snowfall. So this is one that I just did. I'm actually planning on doing this as a favor to one of my friends. So anyway, I don't charge when I do that. I very rarely ever do nails on another person. I usually only do them on myself. So anyway, with that said, so I've already put the base coat on. So this is the bottom part. And I used my favorite gelin. It's very thick. You only have to use a very little amount and it goes a long, long way. Double Rhythm is my favorite gel polish. So I'm going to use the blue because we're going to do an ombre. And we're going to do a snowman. So we're going to do ombre. We're going to start with the blue base. So I am going to apply the solid blue to start out with. And I am going to make this one a solid. I'm not going to ombre it yet. I'm going to just go ahead and do a blue base coat. And normally I would have done the lighter blue coat if I wasn't doing what I'm doing. But because I'm going to do a blue and purple ombre, I'm just going to go ahead and start out with just the blue. So we're going to do a nice coat over this, and we're going to do a second coat when I'm done curing this. So I did this evenly across the nail, as you can see. So hello guys, how are you? So we did this nice and evenly. Oh, I missed a spot right back here. So you want to make sure that you get all the edges because you don't want any edges open. So I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. And while that's curing, I am going to take my white and I'm going to put it on my dabber. So what I do is I take the ones that I'm going to use the most and I put it on. Sometimes I use my hand. Like if I'm just doing something and I know I'm not going to use a lot of it, I'll just put it on, dab it on my hand. But a lot of times, hello, come back on. A lot of times if I'm going to be using a lot, like for the snowman, for example, I am going to put it on my dabber. And since I'm going to be using the yellow, and I'm also going to be using the caney, which is this right here is also a very good one. This is actually hypoallergenic, and it's also allergen free. It does not use any chemicals or anything like that. So this one is one that does not test on animals or anything like that. So it is a very natural one, and they're a little bit more expensive, but it is an awesome product. So if you're looking for something that doesn't test on animals, doesn't have any chemicals in it that are harmful or anything like that, you can go with this brand. Double Rhythm is another one that does that. So most of my products that most of my products that I use are like that. So they are a little more expensive, but it's so worth it. So this is the purple that I'm going to use, and it is a beautiful, beautiful purple. It's a very deep purple, and it's a very thick purple. So it does not take much to use. And you'll notice that with the better products that are a little high priced, they're very thick, so you don't have to use as much. So like if you look right here, like look how thick that is. That is so thick. So you don't have to use as much, and it lasts longer. So you don't have to order as much, and I've learned that. So like when you're getting the cheap products, you're going to have to order more, and you're going to have to order more often. So I've learned that like getting the cheapy stuff, yeah, it's great and everything, but if you get the more expensive, high quality products, one goes faster because you don't have to waste as much time. You don't have to do as many coats. You don't have to um, worry about it like thinning out as bad or anything like that because the product is really thick. And it's just like this product here. Like, look how thick this is. Like, it is so thick. Like, it is so, so thick. And it goes on so well. Like, this would just be like one coat and you've got it covered. So I'm going to put I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to get a new one. So these are my sponges. These you can get in a box. I order these on Amazon. When will I get married? Not finding groom since long. Well, the only thing I can tell you is pray about it. I've been married for 34 years, and I've actually known my husband since I was 10. Never in a million years thought I would marry him. He's had a crush on me since I was 12. I mean, things happen. So just follow your heart. I mean, it'll happen. You're going to get married sometime. You're still young. I mean, I was born in 1971, honey. So it'll happen. But these are pretty cheap. You can get these on Amazon. They come in handy so much. So you can use these for pretty much anything. You can use them for wiping things. You can use them for ombre. You can use them for pretty much anything. So that's what I use. So now this is the blue. So you've got your blue base right here. So I'm going to use this side down. So I'm going to take the purple and I'm going to start at the part that goes on your cuticle. And we're going to ombre up. Okay, we're almost done. I just want to make sure I get a good coat in there. do a little bit more. And you can also do, if you like to use mica powder, you can also go over this with mica powder and make it really shine and do stuff like that. Which, I mean, mica powder is beautiful because it'll really, really make it shine. Ah, my thing is moving on me. So we're doing a light ombre on here and we're done. So if you can see, it's purple right there and then it goes up to the blue. So now I am going to cure that. And I'm going to add more purple here. Oh, that drives me insane. I really need to figure out how to keep that on. I'm going to add one more layer of the purple when I'm done. Thank you guys for joining me. This won't take long. Okay, I'm going to add one more layer of purple. Make it a little bit darker. Okay. Now that we've got this a little bit darker, there we go. See, it's a little bit darker. Now I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to cure this again. And now we're done with the ombre. And now I'm going to start working on the snowman. So for the snowman, you're going to need white and black, and then you're going to want the color for the scarf. And if you want a hat, you can put a hat on him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a stocking cap. And for the stocking cap, I think I'm going to go with pink for the stocking cap. So I'm probably going to use my Double Rhythm bright pink. Just because my signature color is pink. And I love pink. And I think for the stocking cap, or for the scarf, I am going to use, let's do a light blue. So I am going to use the sparkly light blue. So we're going to use and this one is really thick and it's got sparkles in it. So we're going to use that for the scarf. It almost looks like a midnight sky. It is really pretty. Okay, so now we have this, and it is two-toned right now. So I'm going to start out with making my circle. And how I make my circle is I draw like a cross, and then I draw a smaller one, and then I draw another smaller one. So you can draw your bigger one at the bottom. And then you're just going to attach your circle. And that is going to make your first circle. And then you're going to see, you just made a circle. Hello. Okay, I don't know who you are, but wow. Okay, so anyway, now you're going to do a smaller one. And now you have a smaller one. There you go. And now you're going to do the tiniest one. Hello. So again, for those of you that are coming on here, I am not a licensed nail tech. I was in school. I could not finish because it is too expensive. I want to be a nail tech. I want to go back to school to get my license. I want to open a salon. This is my passion. This is my love. I absolutely am in love with art. I was a photographer, actually. I still am. Art is my passion. This is my go-to. This is my dream. I want to open up a salon. I want to make women feel their absolute most beautiful when they walk out. So if they come in feeling frumpy and blah, I want them to feel like I'm a badass when they walk out the door. I want them to feel so beautiful. It's unbelievable from head to toe. I have such a goal that I want to reach, like you have no idea. And nails is like, I'm in love with it. Like I am totally in love with it. And I'm trying everything possible to find a way to get there. So I work my butt off right now. I live on a farm, paying for my farm. My husband and I, we have chickens, pig, horse. You know, we're going to be putting crops in. We're going to be doing herbal stuff, like all kinds of stuff. But anyway, we're very excited about our life. So anyway, for the small one, so you're going to do a small one up here. And these are just little tricks that you can do. So if you can't draw like circles, like a regular circle, these are little tricks to learn how to draw a circle. So that way you know how to draw one. And they may not be perfect, but hey, it's a snowman. You don't have to be perfect. So now that you've got your little circles for your snowman, you're going to go in and you're going to color it in. So you're going to just take your white and you're going to take your little bitty brush and you're going to color it in and you're going to make your snowman. And you can just, because it's a snowman, you can make it as thick, 3D, whatever that you want. So to make it 3D, this is what you do. This is a trick that I learned. Take some glitter, and if you're going to use snow, your best bet is to take some white glitter or diamond glitter. Diamond glitter is the best. And add it to your gel. And when you add it to your gel paint for your nails or your gel polish for your nails, it gives like this really thick layer, and you would be shocked at what you can do with that. So you can use that and you can go in and you can make it look so 3D. It is unbelievable. And it will like it almost puffs out. So it almost looks like if anyone on here has ever done embossing on nails, which is amazing, it looks like that. So you can get on there and you can like make it look like it's puffy and it looks beautiful. So it looks like you just did something 3D and you didn't, because it's really just glitter and gel polish. But that's a cheaper way of doing it. And if you have an embossing gun, you can actually use the embossing gun on it, and it'll actually melt that glitter and that gel polish together, and it will puff it out a little bit. So that's just a little trick that I learned. A lot of people don't know about that, by the way. And I'm sharing my little secrets on here. Okay, so now we have a snowman. Any cute? Okay, so now I'm going to put him in here and we're going to cure him for 30 minutes or 60 seconds, and I'm going to wipe my brush off. Always make sure you wipe your brush off in between. What song are you wanting to play? Not really sure how to do all that yet. What song are you wanting to play? I know there's a way to play songs on here. I'm just not quite sure how to do it yet. Okay, I got 9 more seconds. And then we're almost done with them. Okay, now for the stocking cap. So I'm doing a pink stocking cap. So for the stocking cap, I'm taking my pink and I'm using my little bitty brush, and I'm just going to draw a little line, and then I'm going to puff it over, and I'm going to puff it out, and I'm going to draw a stocking cap. And I'm doing this with the brush alone. And I'm making it kind of a big stocking cap because I just want a big pumpkin. And then you can always take a dry brush and you can come back over and you can take up all of your little mess ups, because I just messed up. I just made it too wide. And then I'm going to take my dauber and I'm going to put a big puffy piece at the top. So I've got his little stocking cap on there. So now I'm going to put this in there. He's turning out cute. Takes a little time. I love doing stuff like this on nails. It's so fun. I even did a little snowman on my pinky. I don't know if you guys can see it really well, but no, you can't see it very well. I need to get better lighting in here. And if you guys want me to do something specific, community page on here and tell me what you want me to make, and I will go for it. And if you haven't subscribed to me, go and subscribe to me and like my page. And the more subscribers I get, the more I can post and do stuff. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm going to do the scarf. So for the scarf, I'm going to come back and I'm going to just swap it across there, and I'm going to bring him down, and I'm going to walk that scarf across the front. The scarf kind of matches the background a little bit, so it'll change up a little bit when so I added the scarf, dabber, and I'm going to add the eyes here. And then I'm going to do an orange nose, which I need to get my orange, so I'm using double rhythm. And I'm going to pull out the orange, put a little dab on there. I'm going to use my dabber, and I'm going to make an orange nose. And I'm going to bring it down like it's a carrot. And then I'm going to take the black again, and I'm going to make little buttons down the front. And then I'm going to make little buttons down and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make snow. And then I'm just going to cure them all together. So there's going to be snow all around him. There's like a blizzard. I'm making it a blizzard. And now we have our snowman. And it's so cute. And I'll see if we can see him a little bit better if we do it like this. There we go. Now you can see the snowman better. And now we have a snowman. And I'll take a picture of him and upload him on there. But he is adorable. Now we're going to cure him for 60 seconds. And I'm going to clean my stuff off. And all that's left is the top coat. I'm going to clean off all my stuff. And I'm going to put my stuff back over here. Empty that out. Make sure all of these are tight. And I'm using gelling top coat because, again, gelling's my favorite. So I have this in matte, top coat, base coat, and also builder. So okay, now I'm going to put the top coat on. And I am going to add a little effect to this because it also has ombre in the back, which you can see. I'm going to add a glitter top with the top coat. So for this, I am using another brand that I love. Gelish is also another wonderful brand. And this is the glitter gold. And it is wonderful. It's also a very thick one. And it is just so pretty, and it comes out all glittery. So it like sparkles really well. And it just makes it look so pretty. So it's almost done. And then maybe we'll be able to actually see the actual finished product. I'm really in love with my little cabin in the woods, though. Let's see if you guys can actually see it really well. I'm in love with that. It is just so pretty. Like, it is really pretty. So how many of you saw the Northern Lights last night? I got off of work and I clocked out, and so my friend is also my boss, and we got her mother-in-law, and we went out and took her mother-in-law out to see the Northern Lights. It was her first time of ever seeing them. And I mean, it was wonderful because, I mean, she's my patient, and that was amazing to take her out. And she's in her late 80s, and it was wonderful just taking her out and seeing something like that because it was the first time I've ever seen it at her age. And she was so excited to get out and do something like that. And we were teasing her. We were like, I was calling them Thelma and Louise. And she was like, oh, we're breaking the rules and this is so fun. And she was like, we're going to get in trouble if we get caught. And we were just going along with it. Yeah, it was so fun. I mean, it was a blast. Okay, so there's the snowman. Let's see. Let me bring it out here so you can see it. There it is. Perfect. Okay, now you can see it a little better. So there's the snowman. All done. Perfect. So I hope this helps you guys out, and anyone who is wanting to do this on their own, now you guys have a tutorial to follow that you guys can do it. And you don't have to be a licensed nail tech to do it. Obviously, because I'm not a licensed nail tech. I mean, granted, I did go to school, but that's beside the point. I never thought I would be able to do something like this, and now I can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I do my own nails. And see, I did my snowman on that one. I did a snowflake on that one. And I just did ombre on all of my nails. So that's my ombre. So I did different colors of pastel ombres on all of my nails. And then I went back and did snow. And then I did a sparkly blue. And then I did a snowflake. And then I did snow. And then I did my snowman. So I did ombre on all of my nails because that's my favorite thing to do. And then I went and just did a design. So you can pretty much come up with anything that you want to do. I like to think a little bit out of the box sometimes and just do whatever I feel like doing. So I will come up with even more Christmas stuff, and this is one of the things that I did. So have a wonderful day. Go and subscribe to me if you want to see something that you want me to do. Put it on my comments on my community page, and I will try to fix it and do it. So you guys have a wonderful day. Click like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.